All right. So,
Okay, so if you guys you have no idea what Unfold is an app where you can create an appealing story basically to put in your Instagram story and your Facebook story. So if you do not have the app, download it right now. It is Unfold, UNFOLD. There's a free version that is perfectly fine, works like a charm. There's a paid version if you want to have extra features, but the free version works perfectly fine. And we are going to do a generic Unfold, meaning the wording in this will apply to everyone. And it's going to be very basic. And going forward, Unfold is a great way to talk about your business in your stories without feeling like you're spammy, or if you are like uncomfortable physically talking about it in your story, throw up an Unfold story with exactly what you want to say. Boom, it's typed out. People who are interested can read. People who are not can swipe along. And basically it's going to talk about your business and the key points that you want to hit on in it. And also, if you guys ever see an Unfold in my story or Laura's story, feel in the wording relates to you, you're like, oh my gosh, I could use that, screenshot it and then go create it yourself. I do not care if you take my wording from Unfold stories whatsoever. My wording is typically very basic and generic. If it's not, like there are one or two slides you can kind of take out my story, add your story, vice versa. But this is something that the ball is in your court. This is something that we really can't do for you. You have to make your own Unfold stories because it takes your own pictures and putting your own pictures into the app. So Laura's going to share her screen, I believe, and we're going to run through one together. And just like any other app, it's an app that the more you use it, the faster and more efficient you will get with it. I refused to download the Unfold app like my first 6 months of my business. I was like, oh, I don't need that. And then I had it for about 6 months and still didn't use it because I didn't know how to. And it wasn't until like I forced myself to try and figure it out. And now I'm very efficient and I can make an Unfold story in like 2 minutes and get it up on my story. So know that the more time you spend on the app, the more comfortable you'll get with it. But we're just going to pull it up. So if you guys want to pull it up on your phones, we'll do one together.
let's see here. Let me try that one more time. Well, that's why. Here we go. Also, I do want to show you guys where why is this not pulling up? Here we go. Come on, baby. All right. Let's see here. I have now, like I have some of the ones that we already have, and there's an area that you can go and like I think there's 4 different ones that you can use, but and here are some of them right now. And I also have some that I actually was able to take my post and I don't know if you guys know this, but like if you have a post that you really liked and you're like I don't want to not ever use that post again because like it was really good, or maybe it didn't get a lot of interaction, but you don't want to not ever use it again, you can turn that in to a Unfold. And I guess it goes from right here. Oh, right there it is. So you can turn it into an Unfold, and basically it is taking here's the Unfold up. Let's see. All right. Take an Unfold my projects. Okay. See here, basically I just would have a generic unfold template or whatever, and then I would take different pictures, and like you pretty much have your title. So this one right here is "You're watching and wondering, but for how long?" And then I got another picture, and I had all the questions you have that I was too afraid to ask for reasons I couldn't explain. One day I got out of my head and realized the questions I had didn't lock me into anything. Now that I'm on the other side of it, I've realized how many people automatically count themselves out because they don't know what they're walking into, just like I used to do. This doesn't have to be permanent. This doesn't have to be your career if you already have one picked out. This is a vehicle that gets you where you want to go. There are no requirements, quotas, contracts, minimums, or forced auto ships. You literally message me, order your 3 steps, share your love for the business and products, and start getting paid weekly for it. No one's going to know if you reach out and ask questions that you want answers to. This is between you and me, sis. Don't keep yourself in the dark for as long as I did. And this right here is going to be your ending. And whenever you have your ending, you're going to post that. And then you're going to post it like again, but you're going to put a poll on that. So a lot of people get really like overwhelmed when they see all this. Like you get on here and you're like, oh my gosh, where do I start? Don't even worry about that, because trust me, you can pick something like this right here, and you can use this template over and over again. Duplicate, 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 duplicate. And now you have the same background. Now, if you want to have different ones like that, you can, but this makes it more generic. And this one right here, hard work pays off. Sure, there's been plenty of times I could have gave up, but I didn't. That's the difference between me and other people. When I set a goal, I don't stop until I make it happen. My mindset is literally unbreakable, whether it's making my way to the top or losing that stubborn weight. And before anyone says anything, you can take that out. Skirt, cut, or losing stubborn weight. I learned to love my body and not nitpick every little thing about myself. I have this out. You can make this to yourself or whatever, but we're going to make generic ones. If you don't ever listen to anything I say, please listen to this. Love the skin you're in, because no matter what, there will be something that is imperfect. Why am I having a hard time reading, Cassie? But that's what makes us beautiful. So if you can vibe with anything that I've said and want to be a better you, have a kick-ass community and make money, then hit me up. I'm ready to lock arms with you. So we can.
And I will drop some generic ones that I have, and I'll drop them in both of the chats. And Laura, you can drop this in the chat. So if you guys are on this Zoom, you're like, there's no way I'm going to be able to figure this out in 10 minutes. Like, we will drop the wording into the chat so that you guys can go in there, save it, and then you have something to bounce off of when you go to Unfold. So you go into your Unfold app, you have your picture ready, and you're like, okay, what do I type on top of it? I'll drop everything in the chat for you guys, and you guys can tweak it. If you're like, okay, I wouldn't say that, or I wouldn't say, hey babe, like, then change the wording. You don't have to do it word for word. I have a very basic one that, I'll read it off to you guys. It's basically like, Cassie, what is it that you do for a living? And then my next slide is, it's simple. I share a product that I love. I fell in love with this product X amount of months ago, and now I teach people to do the same thing. How do you actually make an income is on the next slide. I make an income by enrolling customers on the product and by teaching promoters to do the same thing I do. What would be my next step if I wanted to sign up or join? Like, and then I have the answer on the next slide. It's very, very simple. And you guys can use the same unfolds over and over again. You can go in and post it once a week for 3 or 4 weeks, and then go in and change the pictures on it. And now you have another unfold to show again. I mean, I have multiple different wordings, but there are like probably 5 that I use over and over and over again because it's very basic, it's very general, and it gets the point across. So like Laura's doing right now, you guys just have to kind of play around with the app. And obviously your first unfold probably won't look like mine or Laura's, but over time it will get better and better. And my advice to you is keep it as basic and as neutral as possible. Don't go in there and add 1,000 different gifts to your unfold. Don't go in there and add a bunch of different like wild colors or crazy anything. Like keep it very simple and uniform. Keep it down to one color. Or a lot of my unfolds I like to keep like tan, black, cream colors. That way people can pay attention to what I'm typing, not necessarily what's going on in the background, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And they've changed some stuff around. So like, you can do pictures of you. Let me see here. Like I had these right here. They were like talking about myself. Hi, I'm Laura. For all my new friends that don't know me just yet, I'm a mother of 5 and a stay-at-home mom who has a health and wellness biz. And I never in a million years thought of seeing myself in this type of work, but here I am succeeding. And then the next, I would talk about my family. And then I would talk about, my love, Josh, and then my thrive. And then you always want to have in the end, like an ending, like who wants to lock arms with me? Something that makes it a call to action. And like this right here, look how basic this is. See, like literally throwing a picture up. And if you want to throw the same picture up every single time, feel free to. That's fine. And for some people, like if you're intimidated by Unfold, let me show you another way to do this. Okay. Let's go to story. Let's go to, all right, boom. See this picture? Can everyone see me? Drop in the chat if everyone is like following me. If you have questions, please ask. Okay, good. All right. So you see how this picture is? All right. See this little thing right here that I'm holding? I'll do it one more time and slower. Ready? See it? All right, now I'm going to take that highlighter. Sorry, I have a lot of, see the highlighter? All right, now I'm going to pick a color. Say I want to do white, right? I'm going to hold down on my screen and boom, I've just made a shade over it to where it makes it look more aesthetically pleasing. Okay. So then I'm going to go to my notes. All right. And the first thing I'm going to copy and paste is the title. I'm going to go up here. Oops. You want to hit done after you do that. And then you're going to go to your text. And you're going to paste it. And change the color of it to where that way you can see it. Hard work pays off. I'm going to make that one bigger because that's what the title is going to be. And then you're going to save it, or you're going to go ahead and hit send and share it. Okay. Once it says shared, then you're going to click it again. Now you're going to go back and you're going to put, sure, there's been plenty of times I could have gave up, but I didn't. That's the difference between me and other people. Make sure I copied that. And I'm going to take this. Now, if you want to make it look neat, let me show you. This is what I like to do. I like to take and go and get like the cursive, right? Is that Cassie?
Sorry.
Scared the shit out of me. All right, so then you're going to take this, and if it's like a lot or you want it to be smaller, depending on how you want it, like this, so you can put like here. I don't like that, so I'm going to put it like that. All right, I'm going to put it under here. Sure, there's been plenty of times, and I'm going to share that in there. Boom. Oh, crap. Whoops. Don't do that. It should be right here, though. If you do that like I just did, it's fine. So now you're going to go back over, copy that one, and you're going to go to the text, but you're going to come back and you're going to change it to the same one as your title. Change the color. Is this helping you guys, or is this like, let me know in the chat. Okay, so I'm going to set it right there. Yeah, okay, good, good. Awesome. So I'm going to put it right there, and I want to try to make it the same size. And I'm going to send that, and I'm going to hit share. And I'm going to wait. And then I'm going to click the picture, go back. And I know it seems like it's time consuming, but once you do this on the Instagram, now you have a whole unfold story that you can save in your album. Like, so once we get done creating this, like you've already got it. Boom. You have one that you can use, and you can use these over and over and over again. Like, I literally use the same ones for a hot ass minute. I ain't even gonna lie. So yeah, work smarter, not harder. And you guys can also be doing this with me. If you're on another device, take one of your recent posts and let's make it into an unfold. And like Cassie and I said, we're going to also have some generic ones. But I want to show you how to do this because I feel like sometimes the unfold app can get really, like I said, intimidating. So you can make it look just as cute on here. We're going to send that, share. And we're going to go back. And like, as you can see, like we're already almost done with it. And normally I would be going a lot faster, but I just want to make sure that everybody sees how I'm doing this. And you see how I'm doing this right here? Like, this makes it like bigger, smaller. So like however the size you want it, like that way, whenever you make it bigger, it's going to fit. And you see how I'm kind of like zigzagging them? And it's aesthetically pleasing. All right. But like, it's not perfect. You know what I'm saying? But it's still, it looks good. All right. Oh man, we're almost done with this one. We're going to go over to the cursive. And see, the great thing about this one, so like for Jessica, Tiffany, or Cassie, they can literally use this same one because they're all in it. So like, it's versatile, like, which is also awesome. All right. Yep. Let's share that. And then we're coming on to our last one. But like, seeing me do it this way, does it not seem more easier? Yes, no. It doesn't make it as intimidating. So this one right here, I'm going to put it in the middle and I'm going to leave it big. So like, then hit me up. I'm ready to lock arms with you. And I'm going to send, share. And now this last part is important. So stay with me. All right. Now comes the poll. All right. So we're going to say, I need nerd. Did I put nerd? I need deets. Boom. Okay. One says, I need deets, sis. I need deets, sis. Or I'm ready to lock arms. And boom. I like to make it like, I don't care. And some people will be like, don't put it where somebody can hit it and like, you know, like, oh, I hit it by accident. You know what? I want people to hit it by accident so I can still talk to them. And so I have more people voting on my poll, which also makes it go into more people's inboxes or more people's stories. Like, my story will pop up for them because so many people are voting on my poll. And like y'all see, I'm literally sharing this on my story. So that means like, hello, like I would do, like, this is exactly what I would do, what I'm showing y'all. Totally going to do this while I watch the show. Yes. Seriously.
Yeah, and like creating unfolds, especially if we're giving you the wording, it's literally mindless work. If you guys are watching TV, like do it on the commercials. Not that, wow, it's 2021, we don't have commercials anymore, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like do it while you're watching the show or do it during downtime or whatever. If you're in my chat on my downline, I just dropped like 3 different batches of things, and if you guys read them, you'll be able to put them together. Like there's 3 different sets of unfolds that I sent in there. Save those to your phone and boom, like get them into your unfolds. Take the wording for wording if you want and throw it to the unfold just like Laura did, or create an Instagram story with it. Like there's so many opportunities to get your information over into your stories. And anytime I make an opportunity post of some sort, I'm either transforming it into an unfold story or I'm doing what Laura just showed you on your Instagram and getting it into your story somehow, some way, so people are reading it. Like just clicking on your post and clicking share to story so that the pictures in your story isn't enough to get people to click on it or read it. And you guys will see that your audience is completely different from people who watch your stories and the people who are viewing your posts. Like personally for me, I'm a Facebook scroller. Like I will see someone's timeline post before I see their Facebook story, because I'm just not a Facebook story scroller. But Instagram, I'll scroll stories all day long. So you know your audience is looking at different aspects, and some people will only see your posts and some people will only see your story. So it's your job to get the information into both platforms so that everyone is seeing it. But I encourage you guys to take some time tonight or this week to at least get like 3 unfold groups into your phone so that you know, okay, I'm at work today and I'm busy. I'm going to get it unfolded into my story because I have it done and it will take me 5 seconds to get it in my story. Or if you feel like you haven't talked about the business, boom, you know you have an unfold that will talk about the business. And one other thing that if you guys don't know about this, when you guys do the question box on Instagram, you're all listening. When you do the question box on Instagram, you can actually ask yourself questions. So if you see in people's stories, they're like, oh, drop a question, ask me anything. You can literally ask yourself questions and no one will know it's you that asked the question. All y'all have no idea, but I've been talking to myself for like 6 months in my Instagram story, and y'all thought it was my followers, but it's always me. But like if you want to talk about the business, but you don't want to, like, you don't know how to start the conversation, drop the questions in your story box. I will say yesterday, talking about my car situation, I was not talking to myself, but anytime other than that, that has been myself. Like if I want to talk about the business or the auto bonus, I will do a question box and be like, all right, what's your auto bonus? Or ask yourself, like, I drive an Escalade. Do I have to drive an Escalade to get the auto bonus? I want to join your team, but I'm scared. Or I don't have a following. Could I do what you do? Like stuff like that. That's, people want to know the answer to that, but they're hesitant. They don't want to ask you. So if you can get that out to the masses that way, do it. Utilize everything that you guys have. Throw up tonight a question box, but make sure you guys utilize it and ask yourself the questions and go through and answer the questions within the next 12 hours so they don't disappear. But utilize that too. If you are very like, I don't know how to talk about the business side, but I want to talk about it, throw up a picture and say, ask me a question about my business, boom. And then ask yourself 10 questions and then answer them. Boom, done. Ashley's calling me out. But I think that's all I have. Do you have anything else, Laura?
No, well, I do want, let's see here if I can do it. Also, something that you can do, let me show you guys real quick. This is kind of similar to what I have, but I'm also going to drop this into there. Let's see this right here. I don't think y'all can hear it, but it had the Fergie song on it. You can put music in the background and then everybody can use this one. Like, cause it's got the team, like they don't know, like if you're not in there or whatever. But it's basically generic. What does this community mean to you? And see how each time, and then boom, I want this so bad, I'm ready to sign up. So like, it goes to show you, like, it's so simple. And like I said, I'll drop those in, and I'm also going to create some new ones and drop into the main chat, because I know some of you guys aren't like under Cassie, so I will drop some in there. But I encourage you guys, I want to see everybody on here, and I want you guys to drop it in the chat. And Mike, that means you too, damn it. Okay. Dudes, do unfolds too. I want you guys to drop the unfolds that you create from what you have learned. And that means taking a post that you've already posted. Okay. And then doing exactly what I just did. Or, if you feel like you can do the Unfold app, or like open, or what is it, Over, or well, Over is now GoDaddy, I think. GoDaddy, that feels so weird saying that. Or Bazaar or Canva, you can do those. I know Cassie is like cringing, like, go to GoDaddy. No. So anyways, I want to see what you guys come up with, and I want you to spam my chat and showing what you guys have created. And like that way, it also helps give other people ideas, because, and y'all don't have to do it exactly the way I did. If you want to do it in a different color, like, hold on, let me show you this. That way you guys can also see, because I know someone will be saying, oh my gosh, I didn't know you could do.
Or while you are sharing your screen, we have 2 questions in the chat. For one, How do you add pictures to the Unfold app? It won't let me add them for my camera roll. Gabby, I would check your settings to make sure Unfold has access to your camera roll, for one. For two, Mike said, how do you get the Unfold to add more than one Unfold so I can add more than one photo? So if you are on one Unfold story, press the plus button, and then all of the templates will roll up, and then you can pick another template, and then that's going to add it to that story. If that makes sense. If Laura would stop sharing her screen, I could share mine.
1 second. See this? Here's another color. It doesn't always have to be white or black. You can do all different kinds of colors. So like Mike, you can make it as manly or whatever you want, like, and it be like dude approved. I made that up, dude approved. But yeah, you can make it different ways, and there's all different kinds of captions. So I'm really excited to see what y'all create. But go ahead, Kase.
No, that's true. I don't know how to share my, oh, maybe.
Does it say you have to have permission?
Hmm.
I might have to make you host.
Oh, it won't let me because I didn't get permission before the Zoom. But
No,
basically,
go ahead.
With your Unfold, yeah, you will get to, like, say, let me add a picture to this one real quick.
Cassie,
Boom,
try
so I have one.
a host.
I don't think it's gonna let me.
Yep.
Okay, is it sharing now?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so say I want to do, there's 5 slides that I know I need. So boom, there's one, and then I'll pick another template, and then I'll add another photo to it. And then like you can exit out of all this stuff, and you guys can mess around with the text. Like you guys can keep it very, very simple. You can mess around with the coloring behind it, mess around with the font. Like it doesn't have to be anything crazy. And you guys can even duplicate it. So say like I type on here, what do you do, Cassie? And say I want to duplicate this. Like I want the question and the answer to be on the next page. Oh my gosh. So if I do that, and then I click this button, I click duplicate, boom, now I have the second, oh my gosh. I have that page again. So that's one for my story, and then this one will have that, and then I can put, I share a product that I love, and add that to this one, and then boom. So now it's duplicated. So if you ever see like there is a question, and then on the next page, the question is still there, but along with the answer, you can just duplicate your screen. But that's all. How do I stop sharing? Pause share.
It'll say stop share.
Oh, there we go.
You know, and I didn't even ever think about doing it that way. So I'm glad that you put that too, because like duplicating that, then it has it, you know, the same thing on each one. Basically, that's almost even easier than doing it like, you know, on Instagram. Because when you're doing it on Instagram, instead of like sharing it and doing that, like each time you make one, you can hit the little save that has like the arrow down. You can save it and then do your next one, save it, your next one. So those are just different ways to do it. We want to make it as simple as possible. That way, you know, it makes it easier for you guys to, you know, get your IPAs in and, you know, get a reach to your audience, and also having, you know, time with your family and setting your phone down. Like you're giving them information on your newsfeed, and you're giving them information in your stories, because a lot of times they're going to be separate audiences. So that way you have, you know, you have them both covered. And yeah, like you can still go back and periodically and check, but you're still able to have a life, and that is important. Um, yes, in your first 3 months, it can feel a little overwhelming because you're still learning. But remember, I mean, it's not always going to be like that unless you continue that. You have to learn the balance, and you have to know when, okay, this is a boundary I'm creating, and like I'm going to, like, this is my family time. So, but yes, like if you're wanting to be very successful in this business, at first you're gonna have to put in, a lot more time. And sometimes it is more than 3 months. Like I'll tell you what, for 2 years, I put in a lot of time. I still do. But that is because I am obsessed. Like I'm addicted to my job. I love it. And it brings me so much joy helping you guys. Like it really does. Like I love it. I love seeing you guys succeed. I love cheering y'all on, and like it just makes me so happy. So, yeah, hopefully this helped, and this will be recorded, and I'll put it on my YouTube. That way I'll have a link for it. That way you guys can go back and watch it if you need like I can't remember how she did this. Boom, it's right there and you can go back to it. So before we close this out, I know we've missed our or well, we're not missed it yet. We're coming close to missing the MMM, but drop some questions if you have them.
Gabby said unfolds are great any time of the day, correct? I would say, yeah, there's no right or wrong time to be in your story. My golden ticket is to be in my story 10 times per day. So other that like once is me talking about making my shake, once is me talking about my workout, once is me talking about the loads of laundry that are piling up at my house or what we're having for dinner. Like it is very important to mix business with your everyday life. And that's another thing that it seems like, oh, if I'm sharing about my life, I'm not actually working my business, but that is a key to your business, is showing people stuff about your life that is not business related. If all your story ever is me taking my 3 steps, me talking about an unfold, and then me taking my balance, like all you've done all day long is spam them with your business and your products. Like you have to break it up with your life and things that people can relate to. And you guys are probably all going to say, well, my life is boring. Like, trust me, my life's boring too. But people are nosy and they want to see, they want to know that your dishes are dirty like theirs. They want to know what you're having for dinner because they have no clue what to make for dinner. They want to know what you did today with your kids when they got off of school. Like, it's things like that that people will reach out about because they'll be, oh, yeah. Like when I talk to my story about how my kids come home and eat the entire kitchen the second they get home from school, dude, how so many moms reach out and they were like, holy cow, same. My kids eat an entire meal the second they walk in the house from school. Like people relate to that and people will reach out to you about stuff like that.
Yeah, people like
unfold for opportunities or customers as well. Amber, you can make them for product based, you can make them for the opportunity, you can use them pretty much however you want.
Today I did apples in my stories, like cutting apples up and then showing how to keep them from getting brown and being fresh longer. People were like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you could do that. Oh my gosh, that's so helpful. Da, 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 da. And I'm thinking, like, really? Like, I didn't think people would find that very interesting, but they did. Cutting up oranges and having snacks, celery, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, yeah, I let my fruit go bad, or I always end up throwing it out, or it makes sense. Like I've spent so much money on this and then I don't use it. So, now I'm helping people prep to get healthier. So, and I'm giving them, what's the word, Cassie? I'm giving them value.
Yeah, serving up value. One thing I used to do all the time, which I kind of fell away from last month, but I would make product slides. Like, for example, the Thrive Experience slides that I have in my chat that are all like the same background, whatever. I used to put like on the last slide, thriving customers this month, and I would make a list of the 30 people that have been buying from me this month. Then boom, like people see now they have FOMO because they're like, oh crap, Cassie has 30 people that are doing this with her that are buying customers. Like, what am I actually missing out on? Or even if it like you don't have to have an extensive list, you can put these 5 people are thriving with me and fill up number 1 and number 2, and then you can put like your name here for the next one. Let me find one, Mike, real quick, and I'll share it with you guys what I've done before. So I'll share my screen real quick and show you guys what I do as far as listing out the people. So hold on, let me share my screen.
He said, what do you mean? What do you mean, Mike?
By talking about, is my screen sharing? Oh, there we go. Okay, so about talking about how the people that are thriving with you this month. So this is a perfect example. Again, I used Unfold to do this. This is one from July. But basically I'm keeping a uniform background, and you don't have to do palm trees or girly stuff. You can do very neutral things, but I did and this is all something I would put in my story. So it talks about step 1. My next slide talks about step 2. My next slide adds step 3, talks about a little bit of my story, talks about bundle 1, bundle 2. And you guys, these are basic bundles. This one is literally our 3 steps for 30 days. This one is our 3 steps if they add balance. And then on the last slide, I would put like July Thrivers, and then I'm going to put a list of people that are thriving. So auto ships run tonight. So what I will do, I'll go in there and write, I have 8 auto ships running tonight. So I will go in there and put the 8 names of the people that have already been thriving with me. I will leave 9 and 10 blank and say, who's ready? Basically saying these 8 people are already going. I have 10 spots. Boom. Who else wants to do it with me? And of course, you don't have a limited number of spots. So if like I fill up 1 through 10, I will create another Unfold slide and put 11 through 20 on it, and I'll start filling that up. And it just generates basically FOMO. People are seeing all of these people thriving, and that you're just not out there talking to the wind that, oh, Cassie has 20 customers every single month that are doing this with her. What is she doing? What's going on over here? Let me get in on this. So that's what I do. And I'll throw one up in our chat and in my story.
Cassie,
today.
how, like that one right there, say you want to use that one again July, you want to use it again in September, can you show them how they can go in and edit that, like
oh yeah, for sure. So since it's September, I would do a different background. So let's say fall backgrounds. So let's just grab this first one just to have it saved to my camera roll. So now I would go in and exit, add it to my add it from this one, and I would change this to September and maybe change the colors. And then I would do the same thing to these slides too. And then I would change whatever I needed to. So basically, once you have one slide down, all you have to really do is go in and either change your pictures or change your backgrounds. Boom, done. What took you originally 15 minutes to do now only takes you 2 minutes every single month. You go and it's a new month. Oh, what's going on? It's fall. Let me change the background from palm trees to fall. And boom, you can put it up in your story. But there's tons of different Unfold stories. Someone asked what I don't title mine, but like this is another one that I have shared in my chat. Very basic, the Thrive Experience. What would you get? And then I have slides that here, this one talks about step 1, this one adds in step 2, this one adds in step 3. And this is like literally, I just changed the background. So this is obviously a more girly background. Things like that, but there's so many different things you can do. This is a generic one I made. Literally doesn't even have my picture on it that anyone can use. And this is just a list of hesitations that people have. You think you can't afford it. It looks too good to be true. You're introverted and couldn't imagine talking on camera. You've tried it before. You're not good at sales. Like, you guys can literally go in and take this wording and change the picture behind it, or put a generic thing behind it. If you don't want a chick with an airplane, like, grab a gray background and put it. And then, did I cover all your hesitations? And then I listed out why they shouldn't be hesitant. Boom. Super simple, super easy. I'll drop this one in the chat too. But yeah, utilize what we've given you tonight and just go in and make some unfold stories and get those to the point where you have some basically in the ringer, you have some ready to go, so that you don't feel super overwhelmed.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much. And I found those ones that a lot of you guys can use, and Mike, like Kelly, could use this. And even like Mike, you can still use these too for like the women that it's on your, like, hey, like, this isn't just for dudes. Like, this is these are the badasses or badass women on my team. Da 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 da, and show, like, you know what I mean? And like do some slides before that, and then drop in the ones that I'm about to drop in the balance babes. And then they're like, oh, okay, like, so it's not just dudes, because when guys ask me about stuff, they're like, is it just like a girl? I'm like, no, my husband does it. And we have a lot of dudes in the company, and they're like, oh, okay, I want to try the products. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that way they know, like, boom. Like,
And one other thing, when you guys are doing your polls, make both options positive. Don't throw up a poll and be like, ew, no, I would never do that as one of the options, and yes, I'm ready as the other option. Like, because when people click you're going to get all in your feelings. So put, yeah, I have questions, or yes, I'm ready. Boom. 2 positives, no matter what poll you're doing. Like, anything regarding your business, it should always be 2 positives. Even if you're on the 3 steps, like, yes, I'm ready, or I'm ready, but I have questions. Boom, that's 2 positives about the 3 steps. Or if it, like, take out the basic no, like, don't put no as an option on your poll. Just seeing if there's any more questions. As far as like how often do I use, like, when I was talking about the 3 steps with my customers, like, literally every time I get a new customer, I'll put it in my story. So sometimes it's once a day, sometimes it's more than once a day, sometimes it's every 3 days. Like, but if I get a new customer, like, boom, I'm putting the entire list and I'm adding their name to it. So say I have 5 customers and Sally Sue signs up, I'm going to go to my stories. I'm going to find my list of 5 people. I'm going to add Sally Sue to number 6. I'm going to save it. Boom, I'm going to put who's next. And then say Alan wants to grab the 3 steps in 2 days. I'm going to sign him up, go to my stories again, put the list that had 6 people, now has Sally Sue, add Alan to it, and say, all right, who's next? Boom, because then people are seeing, like, okay, a few days ago, she just had 4 people that were purchasing. Oh, now she has another one. Oh, now she has another one. Oh, now another person grabbed her 3 steps. Like, what's going on over here? So I think that is key to just generating curiosity and showing that the person that's interested is not the only person in the world that's interested in your 3 steps. No one ever wants to feel alone, that they're like, oh, I'm the only one that's reached out to so-and-so about her 3 steps. But if they see all these people are already doing it with them, it's like, boom. Can you show how to blur out the pictures again on Instagram? Show to so-and-so about her 3 steps. Yes. Okay. So on Instagram, let me share my screen. All right, so if you're in your story and say I want to blur this out, I'm going to click the squiggly line at the top. And I'm going to, the middle one is the highlighter. And I just literally hold my finger down on the screen. Done. Click done. That's simple. And you can even, like, some people get crazy with it. If you go and you can do the eraser and you can like erase part of the image if you want to get real crazy. But I think we've left you on here long enough. So I think I'm done. Laura, you have anything else before we go?
I gotta go make dinner.
Oh my gosh, it is like 11 p.m. and you're making dinner.
It is not. It's 9:42. Shut up. I hope
All
this
right.
guys. Make sure right now, everybody get your camera turned on and let's get us a video. Can everybody wave? Hi. Okay, no. Let's try that again. Y'all suck. Can everybody wave? Come on, ready? Can y'all? All right, wave. Ah, yes. Ooh, love it. There you go. I'll drop that in the chat too. All right. I'm going to get this recorded and then loaded to YouTube tomorrow. So that way you guys can come back and, check anything that you want to see again. So thank you so much for making this a priority. Love y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.